Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is about elections in the state of Uttar Pradesh, UP. Any editorial that deals with a particular state in regard against a backdrop of upcoming fast approaching elections, the broad framework you should guess because you know it is about elections in a particular state, you should be able to guess the broad framework. What could be the framework? If you take a particular state, in this context, Uttar Pradesh, obviously they have to talk about if it is elections related to assembly, the number of seats, and if it is elections related to Lok Sabha, the number of constituencies. And it talks about the political parties. Generally, any state, there are two major political parties. We all know that. But sometimes there could be more than two. Then, usually, what happens at the time of elections, many parties join hands. They go in for alliances and coalition. Based on that, broadly, may have groups, first group, second group. Then the editorial touches how they did in the past and right now, present scenario, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and what strategies they plan to employ, what could be the manifesto, and which particular party has chances to win. This is a broad framework. This editorial also follows the same pattern. Once you get the broad framework, when you read, it becomes easy for you to comprehend. Let us start the session with the question: what is this editorial about? This editorial provides an overview, this is all overview, of the political landscape in Uttar Pradesh, a crucial battleground state in Indian national politics. UP has many constituencies. That way, it makes a tremendous impact, a major impact when it comes to national politics. Keeping that in mind, this article has been written. There's one word over here, landscape. You have to know two words. One is landscape. The word landscape goes with painters, photographers. But here, landscape means a picture, a view, and used as a noun, obviously. What is the adjective here? Political landscape means what is a political scenario right now in the state of UP. Then there's another word here, crucial. Crucial means important. Overview means a broad picture, bird's eye view of something. Easy to, and this editorial, in my opinion, very easy to understand. The reason being, it talks about the major parties, it talks about the major political groups, talks about the past, the present, the strategies, manifesto, and which party has the chances. Keeping all these things in mind, it is going to be purely, you will see a lot of names of parties popping up and past, present, very easy to comprehend. What is the tone of the editorial? Because it is about what is the scenario right now in the state, it has to be analytical, analysis of the different parties, their strengths, their weaknesses, and also objective in nature. We got this word yesterday also. Objective means what? Based on facts. What is the other word? Subjective. Subjective means what? Personal. The editor does not take a personal stand. It presents the facts as they are, and you have to understand that. Very good. All these important words have been posted. How does it start? The big fight. Fight not literally. Here, fight means what? Elections. At the time of elections, all the political parties fight. That way, because UP is a big state and the stakes are very high. Keeping that in mind, whatever happens in the state of UP, that makes an impact on the at the national level. The big fight on the battleground, Uttar Pradesh. Here, big fight. Where is it happening? What is the battleground? UP. But what is the main idea of this editorial? UP is a critical as a battleground at the national level. Critical has two or three meanings. Quite often, editorial tone, we come across the word critical. Means what? Criticizing. But critical also means something dangerous. Very critical means a dangerous position. For example, a particular patient, how is his condition? Critical means serious, but in this context, critical means of greatest importance to the way things might happen. Critical, simply you can remember, important. UP is critical, UP is important as a battleground at the national level. Whatever happens, as I have just said, whatever happens in UP, that is going to make an impact at the national level. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, this is a huge number. Keeping this in mind, the article has been written. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, Uttar Pradesh is critical, important in all political calculations, and more so for the Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP, which on its own won 71 seats from the state in 2014 and 62 in 2019. Again, I would like to reiterate any editorial related to elections will present information related to different political parties, how they did in the past, how they're going to do this time, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses. This talks about the past of a particular party. Which party is that? BJP. UP is critical in all political calculations, and more so for the Bharatiya Janata Party BJP, which won on its own, an important phrase, won past tense, which won on its own 71 seats from the state in 2014, but it went down 62 in 2019, still on its own. Fronts led by, led, very good, Anusha. What is the verb here? Lead. Fronts led by, past led. The BJP and the Samajwadi Party SP are the principal poles in the election spread over all 7 phases. General elections spread over 7 phases. In all 7 phases, two groups are going to be prominent and going to play a crucial role. What are the two groups? One is the group led by the BJP, the other one, the group led by the Samajwadi Party, SP. The Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP. There's a third group, third party, which also made an impact in the past. The Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP, led by four-time UP Chief Minister Mayawati, is going solo even as it battles decline. There are two words over here. One is solo, solo fight, solo appearance, part of speech adjective, done by one person alone. In this context, done by one particular party. No alliances, no tie-ups. Decline, we have got many a time, part of speech verb. Decline means what? Typically of something regarded as good become smaller, fewer, or less, decrease. Simply, you can remember decline means a decrease, something good going down. And what are the typical combinations? Declining numbers, declining standards, declining quality. These are the combinations you have to remember. As I said, there are two groups, one led by BJP, the other led by Samajwadi Party. And there's another party which is going solo. Which party is that? BSP, led by four-time UP Chief Minister Mayawati. The All India Majlis-e Ittihadul Muslimin AIMIM is trying to make its presence felt. This is also an important trying to make its presence felt. He is trying to make his presence felt, an important expression. And also, you have to recollect this is a possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. In alliance with another regional outfit. Here, outfit means another regional party. But alliance, though we have got many a time part of speech noun, a union or association formed by or for mutual benefit. Two parties or two countries or two organizations join hands for mutual benefit, then we use the word alliance. You can also say coalition, but coalition goes more with government, forming the government. Several sub-regional outfits, regional, sub-regional, national, regional, sub-regional, several sub-regional outfits, parties that largely draw their support from a single caste group. Today, if you look at politics, generally speaking, we have the parties. Certain parties are based on a particular caste, support from a particular caste. The sentence talks about that. several sub-regional outfits that largely draw their support from a single caste group in a confined area. Confined means what? Restricted. Confined to an area, restricted to an area. Confined area are vying for autonomous space in alliances with other parties. There are two words over here again. One is vie, V-I-E. What is a ing form? Vying. What is the verb here? V-I-E. Ing form, vying. Why or vying, part of speech verb, compete eagerly with someone in order to do or achieve something. You're vying for the best position, means what? You're competing for the best position. Another word, autonomous. Autonomous also we have got many a time. What does it mean? Independent, having the right or power for self government. Autonomous body, usually when we talk about universities or a particular government organization, autonomous means what? Independent. And they're trying to go in for alliances with other parties to make their presence felt. The BJP led National Democratic Alliance, this is one major group. The BJP led National Democratic Alliance, NDA, got a shot in the arm. This is an idiom. Got a shot in the arm means what? Something that has a sudden, strong, positive effect or impact on something. I got a shot in the arm means I got something positive, development. With how did they get a shot in the arm? With the induction of the Rashtriya Lokdal (RLD), which commands a considerable following among the agrarian Jat community in western UP that had been agitated against the centre's farm laws. This talks about the major group BJP led, and it has the BJP led National Democratic Alliance got a shot. It has got a shot in the arm. How? With the induction also we have got many a time, and I give the typical example. Tomorrow you get the job, you go to a particular government office, someone receives you, introduces your colleagues, talks about your responsibilities. The whole process is called induction. Induction means taking into the organization. Induction of the Rashtriya Lokdal RLD, which commands a considerable following among the agrarian Jat community. Agrarian community, very important. This you have to use when you go in for descriptive English paper. They depend on agriculture, agrarian Jat community in western UP, and this region that had been agitated against the center's farm laws, agitated, feeling or appearing troubled or nervous. Someone is agitated, disturbed, nervous, anxious. The Apna Dal Sonelal, another party led by Anupriya Patel, Suhail Dev Bharatiya Samaj Party (SBSP), led by Om Prakash Rajbur, and Nirbal Indian Shosit Hamara Aam Dal Nishad Party of. All these are small parties trying to find space for themselves. Party of Sanjay Nishad or other platforms that enable the BJP's outreach to specific subaltern communities. Small parties join the BJP that will enable the BJP or it will extend the outreach of the BJP party. There are two words over here, outreach. Outreach means what? Reaching out many people, the extent or length of reaching out. You reach a lot of people, that is known as outreach. And this is a word we have got for the first time. I think you should remember this word, subaltern. Subaltern, part of speech adjective of lower status. With the help of these parties, the BJP's outreach, these parties will enable the BJP's outreach to specific subaltern communities, lower status communities. You can also think of words like downtrodden, backward, underprivileged, all these words you have to think of. The second part of the editorial, what does it say? The SP and the Congress, which are constituents of the India bloc, the other group, one is a BJP led, and the other one, in this context, SP and the Congress, or at the national level, you can say the Congress and other parties. The SP and the Congress, which are constituents of the India bloc, have roped in present perfect tense. And rope in is a phrasal verb, means take someone into your fold or take someone into your group. have roped in the Mahandal led by Keshav Dev Maurya, led by again past. The outfit enjoys present tense because the subject is third person singular and it is in affirmative form. We should add s or es to the verb. Based on that, the outfit enjoys the support of some sections of other backward classes such as Mauryas, Shakyas, and Kushwahas in central and eastern Uttar Pradesh. This is again about all the groups and alliances. The broader rainbow coalition, here we got the word coalition. Someone has mentioned that the SP formed with multiple sub regional parties in the 2022 assembly polls is missing this time. The broader rainbow coalition means many parties, different parties with different hues, forming a group coalition that the SP Samajwadi Party formed with multiple sub-regional parties. They bring in different shades. In the 2022 assembly polls, he is missing this time. That rainbow coalition is missing this time. And two of its former alliance, from that you get allies, and two of its former allies, the SBSP and the RLD, have crossed over to the NDA. They have joined hands with the BJP. One faction of the Apna Dal is in alliance with the AIMIM. This front and the SP Congress axis. Here, axis means the major thing. What is the major thing when it comes to the second group? SP Congress axis are both pivoting around. Pivot means to turn around, to turn or balance on a central point. What is the central point over here? The central point is the Congress SP axis. This front and the SP Congress axis are both pivoting around a social coalition of backwards, Dalits, Dalits and Muslims to counter. These alliances and major groups, they are trying to depend on, they are pivoting around, they're going around a social coalition of three groups backwards, that means backward communities, Dalits, and Muslims to counter, to face the Hindutva consolidation behind the BJP. As I said, we have two groups. One, the BJP for promoting the Hindutva philosophy or doctrine, and the other, SP Congress in this context, and other small groups in the state of the UP. Hindutva consolidation behind the BJP. But similar efforts in the recent past, they have tried the same thing to counter the BJP. It talks about that contrasting word. But similar efforts in the recent past have been largely ineffective. Have been ineffective. Here it is in present perfect active voice. Usually, students, when they see been, they think it is in passive voice. No. Here, the primary auxiliary be, past participle form, used as a main verb. He has been a professor. She has been a student. It has been there for some time. Have been largely ineffective, not effective. Now coming to the third major, there are two groups, one led by BJP, the other led by SP Congress. And there is another party, though not joined hands with any other party, it is a major party because the party leader was the CM of the state four times, not once, twice, four times. The BSP is staring at a dead end. Again, an important expression, staring. Stare means what? To look at something for a long time. At a dead end means there's no future for the party. To substantiate that, with its leaders joining other parties and its social base massively eroded. Every party has a social base, and this particular social base of BSP has been massively eroded. Erode means gradually destroy or be gradually destroyed. But actually, when we think of the word erode, what is the word noun form? It goes with what? Soil erosion. Sometimes we use this word with confidence as well. His confidence has been eroded. That is also acceptable. And sometimes what happens, confidence gets eroded after one or two shocks, and sometimes it touches the lowest point. Then we say this expression goes with, it goes with prices also, but confidence we say, that time we say, touch the rock bottom. His confidence has touched the rock bottom. Erosion, yes, exactly. Despite the consolidation that the BJP has achieved present perfectance in the last decade, from the past to the present, despite, again, you have to be alert, it does not take the preposition of. And you have to recollect, in spite of, three separate words. Despite the consolidation that the BJP has achieved in the last decade, UP politics remains a fragmented along caste, religious, and regional fault lines. In the past, BJP achieved some sort of consolidation. 71, but I think first time 71, after that 62. Despite the consolidation that the BJP has achieved in the last decade, UP politics, when you look at UP politics generally, remains a fragmented. Fragmented means what? Broken into pieces. Fragment, piece, fragmented as a verb, broken into distinct parts or pieces. And these fragmented pieces along how UP politics fragmented along the lines of caste, religious, and regional fault lines. Fault lines, usually the word fault, it goes with earthquake. When we talk about earthquake, the tectonic plates, whenever there is a fault and they collide with each other, it results in an earthquake. This is from a layman's point of view, I'm telling. The state also happens to be home to the most strident form of BJP politics, and the party expects to make gains from the opening of the Ram temple in Ayodhya and win more seats in the state than it did in 2019. The state of UP, the state also happens to be, present tense, home to the most strident form of BJP politics. There's one important word here, strident, loud, unpleasant, and rough form of politics, and the party expects, again in present tense, to make gains, to make profits from the opening of the Ram temple in Ayodhya and win more seats in the state than it did in the past, that is 2019. The opposition needs to win a substantial number. I use this quite often. Substantial means what? Considerable. When you read the Hindu every day for some time, couple of months, you can see substantial improvement in your English, considerable improvement, substantial number of seats in UP to be viable as an alternative at the national level. How does the editorial end? The opposition needs to win a substantial number, considerable number of seats in UP to be viable. Viable means capable of working successfully, but generally I give the word feasible. Here, viable as an alternative. To be an effective force as an alternative, it has to win substantial number of seats as an alternative at the national level. That's all about the editorial. And yesterday I did mocks, both. I used English and Telugu. First English and then Telugu. I got positive feedback. Thanks for the feedback. Join me at 7:30. At 7 we have the same editorial analysis, bilingual, but analysis first 30 minutes. After that, practice questions, mini mocks. There I'll be using English and Telugu. Have a nice day and nice weekend. I will see you guys if at all you join at 7:30. But do remember to subscribe and